Hello friends, and welcome to Vlogmas Day 2. It feels so silly saying that when it is the 20th of December. 20th. Where has this month gone? It has absolutely flown by for me, and I can't believe that Christmas is in a few days' time and then it'll be the new year. This year has also just flown by. Anyway, I had such good intentions of posting quite a few videos this December. I didn't think I was going to manage every day like I did. Well, I almost did last year, I think, but I thought I'd be at least putting out 3 to 4 videos a week, and that has just not happened. I think if you watched my video just a few days ago, Vlogmas Day 1, you'll know that the beginning of the month just started off with a little bit of a surprise. So I was hoping to bring you along to a really lovely carol service, or yeah, kind of a carol service I think, and a sort of festive dinner, Christmas dinner that I'd been invited to, and I thought that would be a lovely way to start off the month. And then continuing on, I was hoping to take you along on wreath walks, Christmas market visit, and admiring the decorations, and just lots of lovely sort of cozy festive activities. And none of that's happened. I haven't even done any of that, so don't, like, I haven't been excluding you. A few things has just kind of happened to change the plans. First of all, I think I alluded to it in the last video, but I had major technical issues that just wreaked havoc on my plans. It just, for some reason, decided to stop working. It wouldn't switch on properly. I hadn't backed up anything, which was very much my fault. And it was just this stress of trying to get it working again so I could back up my photos and videos. And yeah, it was just a rather stressful start to the month. But I think it's okay now. I'm about to switch it on in a little bit. I haven't had it on for a few days, so hopefully it's still working fine. And then also with the lovely appearance of snow, which was so exciting, it just meant that I had to cancel those plans of going to see the carolers and going to the Christmas dinner. And then after that, well, for the past week or so, I've just been under the weather. I've just not been feeling 100%. I don't really know what it was. I'm definitely feeling much better today. I've just had a shower and feeling so much fresher, in case you're wondering why my hair looks a bit fluffy or something. But yeah, it was, I don't know if it was like seasonal allergies, because I do sometimes get sinus issues when the cold, damp weather comes around. And we've just had pretty rubbish weather ever since the snow went away. It has just been dull and dark and raining and damp, and then for the past few days we've just had really strong gusts of wind, which I think, I was looking at the weather app, I haven't really been out, but I think they were kind of like gusts of 40-mile-an-hour winds, which is just not pleasant to be out in. So yeah, December has not gone to plan, but I thought that I would still make the most of it by trying my best to share the last few days on the run up to Christmas with you. I don't have any exciting plans. For example, today I'm just going to be in the flat for most of the day, but I thought it might be fun to just give you an updated mini apartment tour. I don't know if I'll share every room because they haven't really changed that much. The only room that does change is the living room, because one of my hobbies for some reason is moving furniture around in this room, but I think I've got it to an arrangement that I'm really happy with at the moment. So I'll give you a little tour of that, and also just share some of my tiny little Christmas decorations with you. I've gone very low-key, and I've also not done any Advent tea calendar this year, so you haven't missed out on my daily teas. Even though I did regret it once once December began, I was like, oh, I'm missing my Advent tea calendar, but I try my best to have it sort of once every 2 years, because it is a little bit on the pricey side, even though it's so worth it. And I think that if you were staying with somebody or had a friend, like a flatmate maybe, it would be such a good deal, because you get lots of tea in those little sachets, but it's more than I really need. And yeah, December is just an expensive month for everyone really. Sort of you have your heating on more because it's cold, you have presents to buy for people, and you're just doing a lot more going out for dinner or lunches, catching up with people. So yeah, I refrained from the Advent tea calendar this year. Oh goodness, the wind is picking up. Yep, we'll be staying in for a fair bit of today anyway, and then we'll be heading out to my friend Nadia's for dinner, and Ella's also joining, which is such a lovely surprise. We were meant to both have dinner separately with Nadia, but we've ended up managing to have it on the same day, so that'd be so lovely to catch up with the two of them. And I thought, because on the way I need to pick up some pizza from the supermarket, I thought that we would try and have just the teeny weeny wreath watch, because I have seen that some houses in my area do have wreaths on their doors. So it will be dark. I don't know how much we will be able to see, because it does set around, is it like 3:30 now, I think, or before then, sunset, and it's already 1:45. I'm just seeing, yeah, sunset is 3:38 today, so I won't be leaving here till probably 6 or something. But anyway, I've been chatting on for 6.5 minutes, so let the mini living room tour commence. Welcome to my little living room. I have just popped the fairy lights on for you just to make things a little bit cozier. I have truly appreciated the fairy lights throughout the past few weeks when it's just been so dark and gloomy, and they've just been bringing so much light and joy. Oh, you can see the tree moving now, like there's the wind that I was talking about. And I did have the little Christmas tree in this corner, but then this plant didn't really have a home, and I was like, I prefer my little plant actually. And this guy, I don't know if you will have seen him in previous videos, but he has just really grown so long, and next year I don't know if I might have to trim him for the first time. Anyway, let's start off in a little corner and I'll just share some details of what's going on. First of all, let's start off with one of my most treasured possessions that comes out every year. This is something that my grandmother made me when I still lived in Malaysia and I was a teeny tot. And every year I bring it out, and my mum has put Bible verses inside for me and little treats. Like previously I would get a magazine, or maybe a trip to the cinema. Yesterday I opened it and it was a big hug, which I just thought was so sweet. So let's see if we can try. Oh, there's 20. I haven't opened today's one yet. Ooh, see, for example, a sweet. So yeah, and the Bible verse is, we have seen his star in the east and have come to worship him. So it kind of tells the story of nativity, which is really sweet. So yes, I need to remind her that she owes me a sweetie. Can't get that back in. There we go. So yes, that's just right next to my door as I walk in. Not the most ideal location, but I couldn't find anywhere else to put him this year. So moving on to this little corner. If you've watched previous charity shop hauls or other videos, you'll recognise this as something I got from a Leith charity shop. And I haven't changed too much on it recently actually. I've just added some Christmas cards that people have given me, and also this really lovely candle lantern with some snowflake patterns on it, and this little Willy Winky candle holder. And then moving on to one of my favourite things this year is I've reused the string and little clips from my Advent tea calendar last year, and I've hung on it some of the ornaments that were on my tree. So this is an ornament that I got last year. I can't remember the artist. If I can find her, I will link her below, but that's just so sweet. I got these little ones from Marks and Spencer's last year, and I've had these for the longest time. They're from my mum, and yes, and the Swan family. This was, I got this from, I think, was it Life Story last year maybe, to commemorate the Swan family. If you followed me during lockdown, you'll remember that every day I was watching this couple of swans, trying to guess when they were going to have their little babies, and I did see them and they were so sweet. And I've also just added some little pine cones as well, just for filler. But yeah, I really enjoyed looking at this on the wall rather than having them on a Christmas tree this year. Then it's just my little TV, and I've got some more Christmas cards, and I've got a little Mary and Joseph that should be with a nativity, but I don't have the rest of them, and also Paddington Bear. And my little clock needs a new battery. Really need to do that at some point. Then I have put all my books that were once up there above the boiler cupboard on the bookshelf, and I'm just really enjoying having them so near to me. So when I'm sitting here, I can just see what I'm in the mood for and pick up and have a little read. And my bigger books are at the bottom there. In case you're wondering why I have a plastic bag there, it's just to kind of prevent, one time I did have a salt lamp there and it sort of melted and all the water, yeah, I just thought it was better just to have a little plastic bag there to keep things safe. And there's a picture of me and my granny. So yeah, that's what's going on here. And hang on a second. So this isn't the ideal location for these two, but I just love them so much that I wanted to have them somewhere I would look at them often and just see them. And also when I have the window open, sometimes I don't need to have a little tea light underneath for them to be spinning around. And that's just a little swan that I think I got last year as well, actually. And this is just for me to put my cup on because there's no table here. And lastly, just my little plant who really does need a new plant pot because he's too big for that little one there. And I just have two really cozy blankets there just to keep me cozy when I'm on the couch. And I considered changing these cushion covers, but I couldn't find anything that I liked as much as these pink ones. I just find they go really well with the colour of the sofa. And yeah, there's just my little chair there with one of my favourite blankets that I got as a moving in present from my mum. And I think it's just so beautiful. It's a tiny bit scratchy, that's why I prefer to use it to sit on rather than to keep me cozy. So yeah, that's what's going on in my living room at the moment. And still really much enjoying looking out and seeing so much greenery even though it is December. Okay, so that was just a really quick little tour of my living room to show you what's been going on, if anything's changed, and I hope you liked it. It was just a teeny tiny one, but I'm starving now, so I'm going to go and make some lunch, and then I'm going to wrap some presents, write out some Christmas cards, and then I do have some sort of little admin-y stuff to do on the computer before we head out for a little walk before dinner. This might look a little bit funny, but I've got the pita bread cut in half with an omelette with some green beans, lettuce, Tabasco, and a little bit of, I think it's basil in there as well, fresh basil. And I'm just having it with some lentil crisps. So I'm really excited to have this because I am famished. So that's me finished with my admin stuff, I think. It actually took so much, like it was so much faster than I expected it to be. I feel like when you're not really wanting to do something, you're always built up in your mind and be like, this is gonna take forever, and it actually takes no time at all. So that's that taken care of, and now I can just have a little bit of fun, do a little bit of wrapping, and write a few cards. So hang on. I actually have some Christmas cards in Fife, and I had planned to, I haven't been back to Fife since the snowy days, so it's been over 2 weeks maybe now, I think. And I thought I would have been back before, you know, before Christmas, but, well, I am going back to Fife for Christmas, but, you know, before and then, yeah. So I don't have very many Christmas cards, but thankfully the ones that I do have here are really lovely. I don't know if you're familiar with this painting, but it's one of my absolute favourites. It is the Skating Minister, and I believe it's by Henry Raeburn. Yes, Sir Henry Raeburn, sorry, and it's of the Reverend Robert Walker, and he is skating on Duddingston Loch, which I just can't imagine, because it never gets cold enough here for, I've never seen that. Well, it's maybe been slightly frozen, but there's no way you could walk on it. So it's amazing that they used to go skating there, and they used to, I think, have like ice curling, like, I think, is that correct? Now I'm questioning that knowledge. They definitely used to have some sort of skating society anyway, because there is a little very cute building within Dr. Neil's garden. I'm not sure if I can find a photo of it, but it's this lovely, I think, hexagonal yellow building, and it's built by Playfair. I think William Playfair, a sort of very well-known architect in Edinburgh. And I have been in it one time actually, because they do have open days, so I know that there used to be some sort of skating society there, whether it involved curling or just skating. And it's just amazing, like, how much the weather has changed since, when was this actually? 1795. And this painting is on display normally in the National Gallery of Scotland, which is, I think the one that I've seen it in is the one on the mound just off Princes Street. So it's such a beautiful painting. So anyway, long story short, this is the cards I'll be using today, and I just have some, I really like this paper, but I think I just got it last year from like Poundland or Home Bargains, but I think it's so pretty. Pretty sure it was Poundland. It's very thin, unfortunately, so sometimes I do have to double up, but I don't know whether to show you what I've bought people or to tell you, because I don't think that they'll be watching this video, but you know what, I'll share some things, because definitely the ones that that I'll be handing out tonight, it doesn't really matter, because I will have shared those presents with my friends already, if they choose to open them anyway. I think they will. So for my friend Nadia, she's been talking about a fluffy hot water bottle for ages, so I got her a very fluffy grey one with these cute little pom-poms, and it's just so lovely. Let me know if you're from America, do you guys have hot water bottles? Because I remember a friend in university, and she was so excited about the concept of a hot water bottle, and I think she was from Seattle maybe, and she was buying them to take back to friends and family. So I just assumed that, you know, everywhere had hot water bottles, where it was cold anyway. But let me know if you're from America or anywhere else in the world. Do you guys have hot water bottles? Is that common? I feel they're very common here in the UK. So anyway, I've got her that, and what else? Oh, I've been looking at it's so funny. I have a little lipstick in there that I've been looking for, and that was in the present bag for some reason. And she enjoys reading Christian books like me, so I just picked this one up for her as well. So it's called Holiness. So that's what I've got Nadia, and then my friend Ella, I just have something small for Ella. Again, another little like Christian notebook, but I just think it's so beautiful. Ooh, I just noticed the price is still on it. but I just think it's such a lovely little picture on the front, and then there's like Bible verses on, like different Bible verses on each page. So yeah, that's what I'll be giving Ella, and I just want to take this price tag off in case I forget. And I also just have her this lovely little grey scrunchie, which is 100% lamb's wool, so just a little scrunchie. So that's what I have with those girls. And then, oh, actually I've wrapped more gifts than I expected. I forgot that I actually had to wrap some presents for for like a not a photo shoot, but for some stories that I was doing for a brand. So this is from my friend Ashley, and this is already all packed up. And I'm not seeing Ashley till Friday, so I don't think she watches my YouTube videos. So if you do, Ashley, stop watching now. I got her, because we are going, me, Ashley and her sister Amy are going to the Taylor Swift concert next year in Edinburgh. So I got her a pair of fluffy slippers that say "Meet me at midnight" on them, like meet me, and then the other one says midnight. And they're just so cute, so that's what I've got her. I have another one of those notebooks for Amy. I have something else for Ashley. Oh yes, okay. So I was recently at Dalkeith Country Park, and they had a little Christmas fair going on. And I was just looking for some presents. I got my uncle some chocolates, and I just picked up a little bar of coffee chocolate, homemade chocolate bars, cafe latte, just for a little add-in to Ashley's present. I seem to think I've got actually something else, but I cannot for the life of me remember where or what it is. Anyway, so yes, that is what I have, I think, everybody. Yeah, I think so. So anyway, I'm gonna start wrapping, and I might put on a podcast or audiobook. So I had more errands to run than I thought, and I forgot to film all of it, but I've got the pizza and I'm heading to my friend's now, and it's really windy, so I better go. But it's actually not as cold as I was expecting, so that's nice. At least it's just windy and not freezing. So that's me back home. I had a lovely time catching up with two of my friends. I actually planned to film a little bit just to show the pizza that I got and sort of the nibbles that we were having and whatnot, but it ended up just being, you know, very much a phones away, catch up, laughing meeting, which was so lovely. And I did see a few lovely little decorations on my walk home, which I think will have just been in the past few clips, but unfortunately it was just too dark to see any wreaths, I think. But yeah, it is blowing a gale out there now. I can hear it down the chimney, outside my window. So I am very glad to be in for the night, and I'm also pretty tired, but I am determined to edit, and hopefully, if all the technology and YouTube allows me to, upload this video tonight. So yeah, I hope that you all have a lovely, what day is tomorrow? Thursday, if this does go up in time. And I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.